Hey guys, we're Will today. In today's video, we'll be previewing Argentina versus Australia within round 4 of the Tri-Nations. So yeah, this is going to be a big match, for both teams. They're both sitting on 4 points within the table, so both of them will be wanting to win. And obviously, Argentina are coming back from that shock win over the All Blacks from last week, so they'll be hoping to continue their form. As well as Australia, they'll be wanting to bounce back from that. No, not actually bounce back, but actually, continue their form from beating the All Blacks within the second round. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see who wins this game. The game's being played at McDonald Jones Stadium within Newcastle, so should be interesting. Obviously Australia will have home advantage, so that will come into their favor. But yeah, Argentina are a team to be reckoned with. They shocked the world, like I said, and they were just brilliant last week. So we'll have to wait and see if they can cause a bit more damage and maybe even move up the world rankings even more. So we'll have to wait and see on that. So yeah, I'm just gonna talk to you guys about the the lineups for both teams, just discuss my opinion. So yeah, for Argentina at number 1, they've selected Chapato. At number 2, they're going with Julian Montoya. At 3, they're going with Francisco Gomez Corlera. At 4, they're going with Gino Petty, an obvious one there. At 5, you have Mateus Orlando. At 6, you have Pablo Matera, the captain, of course. 7, you have Marcos Clemer. And at 8, you have Rodrigo Brumi. So yeah, it's a very good-looking forward pack there for Argentina. They haven't made any changes to their forward pack, which is kind of safe to say, kind of predictable in a sense after their performance last week. Particularly with Marcos Clemer and Pablo Matera being the standout, I would say, out of the loose forwards there. They were sensational, you could say, with Marcos Clemer getting a lot of tackling, you could say, within that game. And Pablo Matera just being very influential within the breakdown. I think he got like 4 to 5, he got 4 or 5 clean-outs. So yeah, fair play to him. He was just brilliant. And of course, he was, his words over to the referee about, I play for my country, went viral. So that was also big to see. But yeah, the forward pack also did, wonders with Gino Petty being his normal self and, just really containing that pack, really with the lineouts and scrums. So he was also instrumental within that game. And yeah, as well as Julian Montoya, personally for me, I love him to bits. I think he's, in my opinion, this might be a very strong claim, but I truly believe he's the best hooker in the world. That's my opinion. But yeah, he's recently also moved to the Western Force. He'll be playing for them within the new Super Rugby AU competition as well as Tasman competition for the Western Force. So it'll be good to see him in that. And yeah, the props were I thought the props for Argentina were brilliant actually. I was very impressed by how they played within that scrum. They really just dominated the All Blacks within that scrum. So should be interesting to see if Australia can really handle it with the likes of their props and hooker. So yeah, moving on to the backs at number 9, Argentina selected Thomas Cubetti. At number 10, they're going with Nicolas Sanchez. At 11, they're going with Juan Mayoff. At 12, they're going with Santiago Chocobares. At 13, they're going with Mateus Orlando. 14, they're going with Bosteas Degai. And at 15, they're going with Santiago Carreras. So yeah, it's a very good looking backline, I have to say, with a lot of them being, it's the same backline. So what else can you do, really? I mean, all of them were pretty sensational. Particularly Nicolas Sanchez, he was probably the best player for Argentina within that backline. And yeah, he was sensational to watch. I mean, he got all the points for Argentina within the last match. So he's definitely the ones to watch player, you could say, within this game for Argentina. And yeah, their wingers were also pretty impressive. They've also made it's an interesting side, really, with Argentina. Like, they have Juan Mayoff actually coming on. He's actually, to my knowledge, I think he's the only... I'm not sure if he actually played last week. I think he's actually the only person who's actually come on for Argentina following last week's performance. So we'll see how he does. And yeah, Mateus Orlando, I thought he played pretty well. He was pretty good with his playmaking. So we'll have to wait and see how he does within this game. And yeah, Santiago Chocobares, I was very impressed by him. I thought he was, he had a very good start. He's a young, up and coming center for the Pumas, so hopefully we get to see more of him. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, on the bench, the Pumas have also selected, a few names just to mention. They have VS, they have Madero, they have Isla, they have Bofelli, they have Cordado. So yeah, no, they have a pretty stacked bench, you could say. It's kind of expected really with the international squad. But yeah, the big one is probably Bofelli. coming on the bench. He wasn't actually a part of the 20-man squad last week against the All Blacks, so good to see him back within the, he's actually at least on the bench, so that's good to see. Because he's definitely an impact player, so hopefully he can impact the second half. But yeah, that's it with the Pumas. So moving on to the Wallabies. The Wallabies, at number 1, they've selected Scott Seo. At number 2, they're going with Brandon Pengamosa. At 3, they're going with Taniela Tupou. At 4, they're going with Matt Phillip. At 5, at 4, they're going with Rob Simmons. At 5, they're going with Matt Phillip. At 6, they're going with Ned Hannigan. At 7, they're going with Michael Hooper. And at 8, they're going with Harry Wilson. So yeah, that was a very good looking forward pack there. They haven't, to my knowledge, they've only made 2 changes within that forward pack. Actually, they might have made 3. Yeah, with 3, I think they've switched both their props, to my knowledge, with Scott Seo and Taniela Tupou coming on to start, which is very impressive. Taniela Tupou, he's normally is on the bench for Alan Manitoba, but he's actually getting a start for this game, which is great to see. After his good performance over the All Blacks and getting a try to his name. So we'll have to wait and see how he does. And yeah, you also have Ned Hannigan at 6, who's coming into the side, which is great to see. He's also, I think, he's a very influential player, and yeah, we'll just see what happens there. You had the likes of Lachlan Swinton within the last game the Wallabies played. He had a red card, so obviously he's not going to be a part of the Tri-Nations anymore. So yeah, Ned Hannigan, he's a pretty good player. He plays for the Waratahs, and yeah, I've seen a bit of him. He's very impressive. So hopefully he has a good game. And yeah, with Michael Hooper and Harry Wilson, I mean they're probably the main 2 loose forwards you'd say for the Wallabies. Yeah, they're definitely ones to watch out for. I'd say particularly Harry Wilson. He's the player that I would have to watch out for within this game. He's going to be he's going to have the ball a lot. He's known to be, a good ball carrier, really for the Queensland Reds. And yeah, we'll see how he does within this game. And yeah, the locks with Matt Phillip and Rob Simmons should hopefully be pretty good, and should hopefully challenge, Gio Petty and Mateus Alemano. So yeah, that'll be a good battle there. So we'll see who wins that between the lineouts and the scrum. So yeah, moving on to the backs for the Wallabies. At number 9, they selected Nick White. At 10, they're going with Reece Hodge. At 11, they're going with Marika Corbetty. At 12, they're going with Hunter Pasami. At 13, they're going with Jordan Pataya. At 14, they're going with Tom Wright. And at 15, they're going with Tom Banks. So yeah, it's a very interesting back line there. They haven't actually made a lot of changes within that back line. I mean, to my knowledge, they haven't made a change at all within that back line, if I'm right. Yeah. They haven't made a change at all to that back line, so that's kind of expected in the sense how Australia played against the All Blacks as well. So yeah, I mean both sides haven't really made a lot of changes, so we'll have to see how both sides really do. But yeah, on the Wallabies bench, they have the likes of Falafa Anga, Angus Bell, they have Alan Alatoa, they have Rob Valentini, they have the likes of Liam Wright, Jake Gordon, Noah Laseo, and they have Filippo Dangaru. So yeah, they have a lot of players who can impact that game within the second half. So yeah, this is going to be a very intriguing match to watch, because I mean this game, decides a lot within the Tri-Nations, because if the Pumas do win this, then they're in the best spot to actually they have to beat the All Blacks again. To be frank, I mean you're not going to discount the All Blacks, but if they do beat the Wallabies, this week, then the Pumas are in for a real good chance of winning the Tri-Nations, which personally I would love to see. I think the Pumas totally deserve to, have a shot at winning, the Tri-Nations trophy. So, and this is their best chance, obviously, to do it. So, we'll have to see what happens within the game. And yeah, with the Wallabies, they also are on the same level points as Argentina. So, if they do win this game, obviously they will go ahead within the leaderboard. But yeah, if they win, it actually makes it a lot more interesting, because if they win, then it comes down really to the next game for the following week, which is Argentina versus New Zealand. And whoever wins that game, which, let's just say that the Pumas win, then if they won that game, then it would pretty much just be a final between Argentina and the Pumas to see who would win the Tri-Nations. So yeah, that would be huge if that was the way it happened. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see on who wins. But yeah, if I have to give my prediction for this game, I personally think this is going to be a very close game. It's going to be like the All Blacks game, where I think it'll be very close. The thing is that Australia are at home, so I want to say them, but in my heart, I actually think the Pumas will win. I think the Pumas will continue their form, and I think they'll win this game 25-20. That's what I'm going to go with. Let's just go with, 25-20. I'm going to say that the Pumas will beat the Wallabies 25-20 this week. So that's it really. I just hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.